Should politics be part of a jury trial? No, they should not. You have a jury who was not sequestered, not forced to avoid the mainstream media, who already is pushing a false narrative. And you wonder why. No, you don't wonder. You know why he was convicted. It's because of the biasness. And it's ridiculous. And here's part of that push, that narrative push.
The jury in Minnesota found former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin guilty on all counts in the murder of George Floyd last May. It was a murder in the full light of day, and it ripped the blinders off for the whole world to see the systemic racism the Vice President just referred to. The systemic racism is a stain on our nation's soul. Today's verdict is a step forward.
Just this morning, as the jury was still deliberating, the President of the United States said he was praying for a guilty verdict.
I'm praying the verdict is the right verdict, which is, I think it's overwhelming in my view. I wouldn't say that unless the jury was sequestered now. Not hear me say that.
When was the last time a sitting president weighed in on a jury decision before it was made? Answer: never.
We've got to not only stay in the street, but we've got to fight for justice. But I am very hopeful, and I hope that we're going to get a verdict that say guilty, guilty, guilty. I don't know whether it's in the first degree, but as far as I'm concerned, it's first degree. Well, we got to stay on the street, and we've got to get more active. We've got to get more confrontational. We've got to make sure that they know that we mean business.
So there's a reason police were all over the streets and cities across the country last night, and it's the threat of violence. And Maxine Waters threatened violence before the jury had even begun to consider the facts of the case.
I'm aware of the media reports. I'm aware that Congresswoman Waters was talking specifically about this trial and about the unacceptability of anything less than a murder conviction, and talk about being confrontational. But you can submit the press articles about that. This goes back to what I've been saying from the beginning. I wish elected officials would stop talking about this case, especially in a manner that is disrespectful to the rule of law and to the judicial branch and our function.
Oh, he's pissed, but not pissed enough to do anything.
Speaker of the House today, thanking George Floyd because he died in order to make the Democratic Party more powerful. For his sacrifice, she said. Watch this.
Thank you, George Floyd, for sacrificing your life for justice. Because of you, and because of thousands, millions of people around the world who came out for justice, your name will always be synonymous with justice. Unless we can change the law, this will be an episode. We change the law, we're going down a different path altogether.
So the guy dies on the sidewalk, and here this lady comes out and politicizes it so completely that he becomes sort of Democratic Party saint. Thank you for your sacrifice. This is grotesque. It's a cult, obviously.
Just get really selfish. I'm glad that he was found guilty on all charges.
Yeah.
Even if he might not be guilty of all charges. I am glad that he is guilty of all charges, because I want a verdict that keeps this country from going up in flames.
Oh, my goodness. No. Look, Greg, listen.
What do you mean? No, I'm at least being honest. My neighborhood was looted. I don't ever want to go through that again.
So, before the trial even occurred, his family received a payout. That seems kind of strange. And mob mentality is ruling. If you can't see this, you are blind.